If you're interested in rappelling but are tentative to go off of a cliff for the first time, a great place to start is in a tree. Welcome to Adventures in Reach, where my goal is to expand what adventures are possible for you and to escalate your fun, ability, and confidence. Let's go rappelling. We've all climbed trees as kids, and so they feel a little more secure. We have lots of handles to grab onto, and you don't have to start that high up. You just climb to whatever height you want to challenge yourself at. My feet are only about 10 feet up. The next thing you can do to help feel secure is to put a braided rope or webbing around a branch. Just a little loop clipped into your harness. Now you're secured and you can be hands-free and just kind of get used to the feel of the harness and relying on something besides your grip. Next, we're going to sling a rope around the tree, doubled up. When you put the rope around the tree, make sure that you're going over some sizable branches so that it can't slip down. This is a great place to get familiar with the basic skills and to really hone in on making sure that safety is muscle memory. Even though I'm only 10 feet up, I want to practice putting a knot at the end of the rope so that I can't rappel off it. You could practice using an ATC, Munter hitch, or a Gri Gri. In this case, I have a double, so I'm going to use the ATC. Another safety piece is going to be the backup Prussik. Now that everything is attached, we can weight the line and just test it and make sure that we're trusting it. Feels pretty good. Now I'll unhook my safety rope around the branch. So again, this is a great place to just hang out. If you're new to rappelling, get comfortable with the feeling of leaning back for the rappel. You want to be in a sitting position and really leaning way back at a 90-degree angle from what you're rappelling off of. Trust the rope. See what might happen. Slow motion. See what might happen if you were to let go, right? The Prussik holds. Now what? Well, on a tree, I can just climb back up, unweight this thing, pop this off, and get back on my ATC. Since we're practicing for rappelling, if I were on a rock wall and this happened and I had no holds for my foot, I could simply wrap this on my foot, stand up to unweight, and now notice that the ATC is in the locked position from my foot, and I still have my Prussik on the line. Simply unweight my Prussik, come back down and hold my line, unwrap my foot, and now I can continue down. And really just practice going slow, stopping, getting this thing set, undoing it, do it a few times. Aside from being a big confidence boost because a tree is familiar and with the handholds, and being able to choose how high you are off the ground, it makes it really easy to rappel down, climb up, rappel down, climb up. And so there's a lot of advantages to starting in this manner. Once you're comfortable, you can push it a little further. Lean back further. Maybe go upside down or sideways, or go a little faster. Whatever you want to handle, whatever challenge you want. Again, safely. And if possible, it's great to go with somebody that has some experience, but this is something, again, you can do this 5 feet off the ground just to get really confident and practiced with the skills and the techniques that are needed. A great way to expand your skills while you're in the tree is to try a single rope rappel that is retrievable. So this is pretty simple. We're going to tie a double or a triple overhand noose knot, and it's going to cinch down onto the carabiner. You can also use a figure 8 or bowline here. I just used this because the carabiner is going to stay in this orientation. Next, I'm going to clip it onto the rope that is around the tree. The third and final step is I'm going to tie a loop in the end of a smaller rope, and it does not need to be rated. It doesn't need to be pretty. You just need to have a loop to tie in, and it needs to reach the ground. For a single line rappel, I recommend practicing with a Munter hitch to have those basic skills down, but a GriGri is a really popular device and it would pay to be familiar with one of these as well. Most climb sites you go to are going to have folks using GriGris. I tie my Munter hitch like this and clip. Again, don't forget your Prussik. I'm gonna test it out. Feels good. And away we go. Now that I've detached the rope from my harness, I can now pull the rope. All I have to do is take this smaller line and pull. And there we go. There's the carabiner that it was attached to. And so I can just untie this carabiner and pull my rope. There we go. Now I've got everything out of the tree, and I had a lot of cool practice up there to really increase that confidence and competence with those basic skills. If you're interested in purchasing any of that basic equipment to get yourself started, I'll put some links in the description for what I would recommend, along with a few other tips. So I'll link for a locking carabiner, the GriGri, an ATC, some cordage to make a Prussik, and a rope. Consider subscribing for more attainable adventures and the info to make them happen. And wait, if you're interested in more videos like this, click the playlist over here.